Hi, I also just want to introduce you all today to this really bright looking Golf we've now got in stock. Really good looking vehicle, this painted in Pacific blue. I think it's a really good looking colour. Once we get this car outside, I want to show you some shots of it in the sunlight because it's a really good looking car in the sun. Now the vehicle itself is displayed in excellent condition, 2016 registered. It's a really good looking car. The service history really is where this vehicle excels, alongside having some really cool bits of spec on it. It's a match edition. It's actually really well spec'd on this vehicle, which quite surprised me. But the overall condition throughout is pretty spot on. In truth, it's a really good looking vehicle. Obviously it's a TDI Blue Motion. It is ULEZ and Clean Air Zone compliant as well. So you get the best of both with not having to worry about it, but at the same time with it being that Blue Motion diesel, some really healthy MPG. A really good looking car, this displayed in a very good condition. So that's it for a bit of a walk round. We'll jump inside now. I want to show you all the spec and we'll give it a good test drive. So you join me now for a good test drive in this Volkswagen Golf. I alluded to earlier two, I guess, massive unique selling points for this vehicle, or any vehicle, but specifically this car with retailing. The first of that being the maintenance records for the vehicle. Now, nothing screams how well a previous owner has looked after a vehicle more so than, I guess, service records. And for that note, this vehicle comes with full Volkswagen service history. It also has had a recent CAMBELT done on the vehicle, so the previous customer really did take some good care and attention and wasn't afraid, I guess, to spend a bit of money where needed. So again, that's a massive feature when buying a vehicle, is you want to know who's looked after it previously, and we know we've got that box ticked. Secondly, it's the spec levels for this vehicle. Now, I was actually really impressed when I read the advert and jumped in and given this car a bit of a spin, because there's so many good bits and features of spec that just make a big quality of life difference when you're actually living with a car. Because it's one thing to come to a dealership, buy cars, test drive a car, enjoy the test drive, but it's the little features that you have to live with day to day that make your quality of life just that bit better. Now, I just want to touch on the first thing, which is the interior for the vehicle. I think the interior is really beautifully well presented. I love this sort of brushed aluminium. I think it's a really good, clean looking vehicle. The actual infotainment system itself is brilliant. I'm a big advocate for still having buttons within a vehicle. I find if you've got a big tablet, it's too finicky, it's too complex. It doesn't work because it takes so much of your attention off the road. It almost feels quite dangerous, and to have some buttons to press and just to take you where you need to go without having to swipe up, down, left, right, press 6 different buttons just to try and turn your aircon down, it's just a bit no nonsense. It's almost a bit German, and I think that's brilliant. But at the same time, because you have got that touchscreen in the middle, it still feels quite modern. It sort of ticks a bit of both boxes very well. Now, in terms of the infotainment system itself, it's got all your creature comforts you'd expect: DAB radio, Bluetooth, navigation, etc. So you're really well taken care for there. However, some of the extra features I think are particularly where this vehicle excels. Now, the first one that I'm making full use of are the heated seats. It is almost coming up to Christmas, so it's bitterly cold outside. I have got mine on full and I'm nice and toasty, so that's a big feature personally. Secondly, it's actually the driver aids for the vehicle. Now, you've got adaptive cruise control. For me, I commute from Bristol to Swindon every single day, so it's a big, I guess, feature for me that if I have it on a vehicle, if I'm ever lucky enough to take home, I certainly take full advantage for, because it just makes my quality of life and drive home or to and from work just that bit more pleasurable. Again, it just takes the edge off doing a lot of miles, because you can just stick that adaptive cruise control on and just sort of let it work, and just keep an eye on, obviously, on any hard braking in front, etc. In terms of hard braking, it's got front assist and city braking, so if a vehicle pulls out or a pedestrian steps out into the road, if you're around the city, the vehicle will brake for you, so a really good safety feature there. Extra features, it's got climate control, aircon, you've got power folding mirrors, etc. So you've got loads of bits there with it, so it's really well spec standard. I mean, the drive of the vehicle has really impressed me. It's a very comfortable, quiet drive. It is a Volkswagen, they do it very well. They offer you superb value for money, personally, the Volkswagen brand, because you get a premium German brand without having to pay a premium German price. I mean, the seating position is great. Like I said, it's very comfortable. The seats are, I'm quite a big fan of the seats. They're very comfortable. I've got great visibility. pull out. Yeah, I've got great visibility around. It's very open and aired. I guess it's, yeah, it ticks a lot of boxes, and it ticks a lot of boxes as well. And this vehicle is available. Yeah, hope you enjoyed that. We're going to jump onto some of the other segments of the video now. So you join us now for the boot test, where I clamber into each boot of a vehicle. So without further ado, Craig, if you want to come forward a second, mate. On initial first, I guess, look, I'm going to struggle. I might fit. However, Volkswagen very cleverly, I've got a false floor. As you can see, just gives you an extra couple of inches, which is every man's dream. On that note, mate, I'm jumping straight in. I just reach. There we go. Like a glove. So Craig's with us today, actually, because Harry's off because he had his birthday yesterday or some nonsense.
Birthday yesterday, yeah.
Birthday yesterday, but that's an excuse, yeah. So child labour and all that. So Craig's going to help us with the indicator and horn test. I'm just going to flick this off so again you guys can get a good sound. Right. The stalk's got a good sound. It's a very commanding on and off noise, but it does feel a little bit. It sounds a little bit cheap on. There's like a. Yeah, did you hear that on the off?
It's a little bit weak, isn't it?
Yeah, not. It's a good noise, but it's a loud noise, but it's not a good noise, if that makes sense. I'm going to go 6.5 on the actual stalk itself. On the indicator tone, a good two-tone. It's like the lows are a lot crisper and better than the high. I feel like the high just needs a bit more pronunciation on it. I'm going to go 6.8 on the indicator noise. What's your opinion?
6, I reckon.
6,
yeah,
so a lot lower.
I think it's a bit quiet.
Okay, fair enough. Now, the infamous horn test. Again, we mentioned this before, it doesn't need to be that loud, it just needs to fit the car well. So, as long as it's what I think could fit a Golf.
Oh, that's good.
I think that's good. That's a really good horn, that is.
Good horn, that.
Again, it's not too happy, it's very alertive. Again, it just fits a Golf quite well. I think I'm going to go 7.4, Craig?
Yeah, I was going to say 7.5.
7.4, 7.5, there we go. So, not a bad result.